Hey guys, you know, when I was a kid, I went across country with my grandmother a bunch of times, and I absolutely hated the trips. But she told me one thing that was real interesting. She said, "You'll love the memories." Well, I didn't like the bad memories. I'm almost not sure it was worth it. Matter of fact, I don't think it was, but yet I can't say it was because I saw a lot of scenery, a lot of wilderness, a lot of interesting places. And the other places I saw were amusement parks. So I'm wondering, really, if this hasn't been. I'm trying to keep smiling because every thumbnail in the middle of my videos, since my computer is or YouTube is broke or something, it always picks the middle thumbnail. I can't click on the top one or the bottom one. So I get the middle one always looking like. Or worse yet, two videos back I had like. Horrible. Horrible. But anyway. So that's why I'm like, better not do that. I'll probably catch it on one of those. Yeah, but I was thinking about that, and I'm like, where did I come up with these ideas? Trying to get in my own head, so to speak, so I get why I think this way. Not just my ideas, but the influences that could come from them, or the influences that, yeah, you know what I mean. Vice versa. The ideas that come from the influences. Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's like there's two things that really came from that on on vacation, and that was the amusement parks and the forests and the national parks. See, because there's one thing you should know about these trips. They were hell. They were absolute hell. I mean, my whole family was I don't even know how to say it. I forgot the word. They were totally dysfunctional and yeah, just totally dysfunctional and abusive. But only halfway abusive. They really had the best intentions, but it was like Jeff Foxworthy's Another World. They didn't even have a modern understanding of 1970's. I was a 50's kid. I kid you not. A 40's kid, by the way my grandmother's raised me, because my parents were both working. So, on these trips, I would go and I would be on the interstate and she would make me, oh, my grandmother used to make me do this. Really put the work ethic, nailed it really in to my psyche of how well a work ethic I should have. She made me collect papers and cans. And if I couldn't do it door to door, we didn't do that on trips, but if I couldn't do it door to door, I had to collect cans out of trash cans. Oh, just joy. Have you ever seen a 1970 interstate trash can? Oh, no. It's just. And we didn't stop at the hotels but once or twice a week. And that was just joy, joy, joy. Trying to get clean in bathroom stalls and going into interstate rest stop bathrooms by myself. Total fun. Fearing for my life. Trying to sneak out a washcloth to get some basic cleanliness. It never occurred to her. Yeah. But I got to see all kinds of scenic wilderness and amusement parks. I'm surprised I'm alive. But it was kind of worth the hell in a way. I guess maybe if it didn't completely twist me too much. Probably did. It was just. I can't forget like some of the sights though, and because between those two things, those were the times we got food, we got sleep, there was places to clean up. Those were the respites. Those were when we were vacationing like normal people. So it was wonderful. So I could see why I would want a society where it was either like the idyllic forest or the sort of futuristic park like existence that you have. I have to smile again, I don't want to get a bad thumbnail. In amusement parks, especially the futurist ones. I saw the old Disney Tomorrowland. Oh, just kills me. Some of that stuff would be a better choice than today. Some of it really would. Like the mushroom house that had one cleave out of it, so it had windows in there. They tried to knock that over with a what was it? Not a bulldozer, but a wrecking ball, and the wrecking ball just bounced off. Wouldn't that be great today? It's just amazing what we've forgotten. Of course, there were downsides to all that stuff too. But if that style could have gone through to today, instead of that stupid industrialist style and this modernist or postmodernist thing, the mini mall phase and all that. I would have liked to seen those old buildings that I saw crumbling in the 70's and 80's stay around. It would just been idyllic. Oh, I remember another thing that made it all grand. When she had this weird habit. I don't know what it was. I guess she was kind of object or obsessive compulsive. But she had to drive, and she was trying to do this all on uh, a string budget, and that made no sense because she would always try to max out to 3 months before she had to turn back and get back in time for me to go to school. But it was like I was there to help her. I really wasn't there to be a part of the trip. I was a helper. I was like a helper monkey. I always hated that. But it was like we had to go on all these money saving things, so it was drive all the time. And the only time we got a break, and it's something I remember, was I would be asleep in the back and she would be driving at night because she liked to drive at night, no matter how shaky and stuff she got. Some of that stuff was over mountain roads and other things, so I'm looking out of windows, looking at cliffs going down, like, yeah. A couple times she had the sunrise. She goes, "Is it a good time to turn now?" I'm looking at a damn, 2000 rise dam. She went over Pikes Peak, looking down at clouds. I'm like, this woman's swerving over the road. I'm like, mad why she couldn't drive over Mount St. Helens with it smoking on the top. The guy tells her when she starts crying and bawling, she goes, "Lady, the road's just not there. Turn back." I was wondering if she was going to try to run the roadblock, and we ended up friggin' going over into the volcano. Well, that's one way to go. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it was like that. So, yeah, I mean, but we would pull up to these. I'd be halfway asleep in the back seat, and we'd pull up to these hotels, and they'd have these huge neon signs. And something about roadside architecture, you just can't imagine how beautiful that is until you come up to a sign and it's like magic. I mean, it was just like, we're at a hotel. Best damn cracker we ever had. We're at a motel. Big neon sign looking up. It's like, yes, you know. Because anytime you go to a motel, that was the time to get clean and everything else. Uh, so that's why, if anyone wants to know why I'm so stuck on this kind of mid-century modern thing, because that was like what was declining in the 70's, but it was still around a lot in the old styles, in on the road trips, in the flyover states, when gas was going out of style. That was another fun thing. The 70's oil crash. Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah. And those were just fun times. Still, though, the things I've seen, amazing. Anyway, alright. That's enough right now. Bye.